What if I told you that India is home to a mountain range older than the Himalayas, older than the Alps, older than almost every mountain system on Earth? A mountain range so ancient that it existed before dinosaurs, before forests, before life as we know it. A mountain range that once stood taller than the Himalayas, but today is slowly disappearing. These are the Aravalli Hills, stretching across Gujarat, Rajasthan, Haryana, and Delhi. The Aravallis are not just hills. They are India's first line of defense against desertification, climate collapse, water scarcity, and ecological disaster. Yet today they are being destroyed silently, stone by stone, mine by mine, law by law. This is not just a story of geography. This is a story of politics, greed, illegal mining, environmental collapse, and a future at risk. This is the shocking truth behind the Aravalli Hills. The Aravalli Range is believed to be 3.2 billion years old. To put that into perspective, Himalayas, 50 million years old. Alps, 65 million years old. Rockies, 80 million years old. The Aravallis existed when Earth was still forming its crust. Once, these mountains were towering giants, possibly higher than today's Himalayas. Over billions of years, erosion wore them down into the hills we see today. But their age is not just a scientific curiosity. Their age makes them geologically fragile. Unlike younger mountains, Aravallis cannot regenerate. Once destroyed, they are gone forever. Most Indians don't realize this, but northern India survives because of the Aravalli Hills. 1. Barrier against the Thar Desert. The Aravallis act as a natural wall that stops the Thar Desert from expanding eastward. If the Aravallis collapse, Rajasthan's desert will spread into Haryana, Haryana into Delhi, Delhi into western up. India could witness mass desertification. 2. Climate regulator. The range traps monsoon clouds, influences rainfall patterns, moderates extreme temperatures. Destroying them means hotter summers, colder winters, and unpredictable rains. 3. Water lifeline. Aravallis recharge groundwater aquifers, rivers like Luni, Sahibi, and seasonal streams. Many cities, including Delhi, Gurugram, Alwar, Jaipur, depend on Aravalli-fed groundwater. Yet ironically, the same cities are destroying the hills that give them water. Once, the Aravalli region was covered in dense forests. These forests supported leopards, wolves, hyenas, sloth bears, hundreds of bird species. Ancient rivers once flowed here, long before the Ganges became dominant. But centuries of deforestation, followed by modern industrial exploitation, erased most of this ecosystem. Today, rivers have dried up, lakes have vanished, wildlife corridors are broken. What remains is a skeleton of a once living system. The single biggest threat to the Aravallis is illegal mining. Despite Supreme Court bans, mining continues openly and secretly. What is being mined? Quartz, granite, marble, limestone, construction stone. How mining destroys the hills. Entire hills are blasted away. Forests are cleared overnight. Groundwater is drained. Dust pollution poisons air and soil. Satellite images show entire hills disappearing within years. This is not development. This is geological murder. India's Supreme Court has repeatedly warned. The Aravalli Hills are an ecological asset of national importance. Mining was banned in many zones, yet enforcement is weak. Why? Because mining generates black money, political funding, builder profits, mafia control. The Aravallis have become a battlefield between law and greed. And greed is winning. Delhi's air pollution crisis is directly linked to Aravalli destruction. The Aravallis block dust storms from Rajasthan, act as a green lung for NCR. When hills are flattened, dust enters Delhi unchecked. Heat increases. Smog worsens. Every winter when Delhi gasps for air, part of the reason lies south of the city, where hills are being erased. Luxury farmhouses, private resorts, illegal colonies. Many Aravalli lands have been reclassified, manipulated in records, declared non-forest. Builders exploit loopholes to construct gated communities, resorts for elites, weekend villas. Forests vanish quietly. This isn't housing. It's land grabbing disguised as development. As the Aravallis disappear, groundwater levels drop rapidly. Cities like Gurugram, Faridabad, Alwar are already facing severe water shortages. Tankers replace rivers. Borewells go deeper every year. Once aquifers collapse, no technology can fix it. Climate change amplifies the destruction. With weaker hills, heat waves intensify, flash floods increase, droughts last longer. The Aravallis once acted as a buffer system. Without them, northern India becomes climatically unstable. The Aravallis supported some of India's earliest civilizations. Evidence suggests copper mining during Indus Valley era, trade routes passing through the range. Early metallurgy developed here. These hills are not just natural heritage, they are civilizational heritage. Destroying them erases history itself. So why is this crisis ignored? Because it's slow, not dramatic. It doesn't trend easily. Beneficiaries are powerful. Victims are future generations. There is no single disaster day, just silent collapse. Yes, but only if action is immediate. What needs to happen? Strict enforcement of mining bans, reforestation with native species, removal of illegal constructions, legal protection as a national ecological zone, public awareness and citizen action. Saving the Aravallis means saving India's climate future. The Aravalli Hills have survived ice ages, continental shifts, meteor impacts, millions of years of erosion, but they may not survive us. If these hills vanish, the consequences will not be felt by politicians or corporations, but by ordinary people, farmers without water, cities without air, children without a future. The Aravallis are not just hills. They are India's forgotten guardians. And once they are gone, no amount of money, technology, or regret can bring them back.